Hey there, welcome to the Knit Next to You podcast, the first one of January, first one of 2025. I'm so excited to be here with you. You probably are looking at me and saying you sound and look different. I am under the weather. I'm under the weather today, and I did get a haircut in December, so I feel really good, especially with my new hair and all of my curls. I absolutely love it, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about all the knitting things for the Knit Next to You. I want to be honest with you. Honestly, it just seems a bit overwhelming for the beginning of the year. I guess more so emotionally, kind of where I am in my personal space. So I know there are trends like the Make 9 and like a recap of 2024, and I'm like, I don't have any energy for that right now. So I honestly am just going to go through what I'm going to, or at least what I plan to knit in 2025. And there were some things that I wanted to incorporate for this particular year. I wanted to use a different type of yarn that I'm used to. I love worsted and Aran weight yarns, but this time I think I'm going to do something a little bit more challenging for me, which is a fingering weight. I made the Sari Nordlund's Summer Sock Girl. I made only one of them, but that was fingering weight and I really enjoyed it. And of course I did it on sock needles. I'm going to put a picture up here so you can see what that looks like. I'm very excited about it. There's still a few more things I need to do, including the second sock, but I will be sharing on my Instagram on an update with that. I wanted to also kind of learn a little bit more about cables and lace, particularly sweaters. There are 5 sweaters that I plan on knitting this year, and as I mentioned, it really will capture some of that fingering weight. It'll capture some of the lace, and there is one with a grain motif that I'm really excited about learning how to do. So I know with this it'll be a really quick video just because that's what I have the energy for today. But the first sweater, I am going to post pictures up here so that you can see what they look like. But the first sweater is the Vivienne sweater, and I've shared with you about that in my last podcast. But the Vivienne sweater is what I'm going to be working on, and I had showed you or unboxed the Knit Picks yarn that I selected. It is an alpaca blend, a fingering weight, and it's the color Oyster. I will post a picture here as well, or at least here's what it looks like. It is super soft. I did my first swatch. Now my second swatch is in the making, but she is using 3.5 and 3 and 3.5 millimeter needles, so there are finer needles, and it might take me some time to do it, but it's such a beautiful color, such a beautiful texture. Knit Picks had a sale last year, and I'm kind of just absolutely love it. The second sweater I am going to be knitting is the Coffee Run from Veronika Lindburg. My local yarn shop so graciously ordered a bunch of her new books, and I'm so excited about it. It's called Effortless Patterns by Kotova Kika, which is her Instagram name, and it's called The Knits to Wear. In February's podcast, I'm going to do a whole book review on this because it is absolutely stunning, totally worth all of my time. But this is the Coffee Run sweater. I probably should just put pictures up, but for this one I'll just show you this book. Absolutely beautiful. I love the raglan seam not motif, but I love the raglan seam pattern here, and it is the knit from the back collar. I love how simple it is. I love the simplicity of it. I just figured also because Sari Nordlund's pattern is a bit more intricate as cables. I believe it has a waffle stitch in it as well, and here's the pattern. So I don't have to post a picture up, but you have the cables here, and I believe this is the waffle stitch. There's seed stitch on the shoulders, and so I would just, because this one's a bit more complicated, and this is also have charts. I've never done knitting from charts before, so this is also one that I'm like, I want to challenge myself in this. Again, fingering weight. Veronika's pattern, though, it is 2 fingerings held together. One fingering held together with 2 lace weights. So I kind of made that comparable to the worsted weight, which is a size 4. In this color, Blue Note. This is Barocco Vintage, and the color is Blue Note. I love that I'm sitting in front of a window because you can see how gorgeous the color is. And this is Again, the color blue note, and it's absolutely stunning. I know last episode I was talking about the Cumulus yarn that I had gotten. I still haven't knitted that up, but I was still so in love with this blue color. It is absolutely stunning. The texture, the squishiness is out of this world, so I am going to make the coffee run in this color. So far for the first 2 sweaters of this year, I'm going to be working on these 2 yarns. I haven't purchased any yarns from my other patterns, but my third pattern is the Eira Sweater from November Knits, and I wanted to say her name. Her name is Anne Fiscum Sunday from November Knits. A beautiful, stunning 3x2 ribbed knit, rib stitch all the way through. It has a gorgeous color. In the picture you'll see here, I do have the darker, she has it in a darker blue color, which I love, but I think I'm just gonna probably do a pink. But that one is calling for a fingering, and she suggested drops flora with the silk mohair. I do have an itchiness for mohair, so I might find something that leans more towards silk or greater percentage towards silk. Thank you, Vanessa, from my local yarn shop, for suggesting that. And the Eira Sweater is calling for a 3.5 and a 4.0mm needles, and drops flora is kind of what I'm going to go for, and see if I wanted to do the silk mohair, but kind of lean toward more the silk, just so that I can wear it, because I want to wear all my sweaters. Number 4, the Field Sweater by Camilla Vaude. I heard about her in Taylor Earle's podcast, Wool Needle Hands, and the Field Sweater, I'm going to post a picture here. It has grain motifs up on the top, which I absolutely love, and that's one of the things too that I want to learn. I want to challenge myself and grow in these knitting techniques, just so that I can open the horizon of things that I can design, which I will share a little bit more about that in a minute. And then finally is the Malwina Sweater, and this is from, I wanted to say her name as well, Alexandra Solowianuk. Her Instagram is Verts and Roses. I'm going to tag everyone here too so that you can see. But I love her size inclusivity. I love the femininity of her patterns. I love the bell shaped. I'm going to post a picture here, but I love the blush color. I think that's what I'm probably going to use the same yarn that she's used for this particular pattern. But I absolutely love the size inclusivity. I am a bust heavy, so it kind of helps with that. I believe there are bust starts that I do need to start learning how to knit, because I'm not a boxy type fitted type of person. Because I'm so bust heavy, it just, I don't know, I don't feel confident, and I don't feel, can I say sexy, confident and feminist. I don't want to feel, I don't know. Too boxy is not a thing for me, but I'm really looking forward to the Malwina Sweater and the colors. She uses 4.5 and 6mm needles, and she is calling for a worsted weight. I did think about using this, but I'm like, that sweater's too beautiful for it to be like in just a blue. So I think I'm going to do like that blush, and probably go for the yarn that she recommended. I'm really excited about that. I didn't mention the Field Sweater, sweater number 4, Field Sweater. Camilla Vaude uses the Isager Eco Baby, and that is alpaca with cotton. It just looks absolutely stunning. So I think I'm gonna probably order that particular yarn. But when I'm ready to knit it, that's when I'll buy the yarn. I'm not gonna be purchasing too much this particular year. I actually do want to use the yarn that I have. I just connect with a friend of mine from the local yarn shop, Knitcessities here in Orlando, and she was giving away quite a bit of her yarn. She's destashing, so it was really excited for me to say, hey, I would love to, like, I commented on one of her Instagram posts about using Sorella, and she was like, I have some, and then she just like showed me all of the yarn that she was getting rid of. I'm like, yes, can I be selfish and just have all of the yarn? And she of course said yes. But other than the 4 sweaters that I do plan on knitting for 2025, I do plan on knitting a few accessories. I do want to knit a shawl. I've never knitted a shawl or a scarf, an elaborate scarf. I did knit a scarf and a super chunky excuse me, when I first started knitting, but this time I want to knit the Pearl Soho tapestry wrap. It is absolutely stunning. It does have kind of like a vintagey look to it. I'm gonna post a picture here and you can see just the details, and I believe it's probably fingering weight as well. Just looking at the stitch definition, it's probably fingering weight. I didn't look that up. But another one that I want to knit as far as accessories is the Isabel Kramer Moche shawl. You will see how chunky and gorgeous it is. I'll post a picture here. What I'm looking for really is just a shawl that kind of covers me. The scarf or the wrap that I'm gonna knit from Pearl Soho, you'll see it's a bit large, so I kind of just want it to like cover. And so I'm really excited about knitting those things. And personally, with Knit Next to You, I do plan on designing 3 beanies, 2 gloves, which last December I had ordered, a friend of mine ordered it was a total of 4 gloves for me, one mittens and 2 fingerless mittens. I say gloves, but, and they were absolutely the funnest things I've knitted. They're from the Janelle. I'll put a picture here. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. And when I knitted it, I was like, I never knew I could knit fingerless mitts. What in the actual? So I'm like, gosh, what else can I do? It was just so exciting that I was able to do that I got 4 orders from someone, and it just blows my mind of how exciting it is just to like be able to knit something I've never knitted before. And I knitted it with confidence, and then I reached out to her and I asked, I'm like, how was it? What did your family think about it? Because, you know, low-key insecure with my knitting. They said they loved it, and that just literally exploded my heart so much. When I knit, like, I don't just do mindless knitting. I do mindless knitting when I'm like very stressed and overwhelmed, hence a mom of 2 girls that have a lot of emotions everywhere. But like, I knitted with intention, I knitted with purpose. I found myself in knitting. A quick plug for a blog that I just posted, and I'll share on here too. Found in Floor Ply and Lanolin. You'll see my blog post. I'll add link below. But what knitting means to me, you'll find it in that blog post, because, excuse me, speaking English Speaking English, I can't really like find the words for it, but if I write it, it's totally different. Anyway, knitting is a passion. Knitting excites me. I am trying so hard to keep who I am and like my identity and who I am and knitting separate, just so that I know I'm a person and not just a knitter. But I absolutely love knitting, and knitting these fingerless mitts for Yvette was just like probably the highlight of 2024, and I'll post some pictures here. I didn't take all the pictures of it, which I probably should have, but anyways, you can also check my Etsy shop. I have it on there as well. So I do plan on designing three beanies, 2 sets of gloves. I don't think I'm going to do finger gloves, probably fingerless or mittens. And I do want to design a shirt, like a t-shirt. I have some cotton yarn that I bought like 3 years ago. I tried knitting a tank top, and you probably see that on my Instagram feed, my Instagram grid, and I frogged it. I frogged the entire tank top. I didn't want to do it anymore. I saw so many mistakes, I'm like, it's not even worth, so I frogged it. It was a Sailor Swift tank top from Veronika Lindburg, and I was just, not doing it. However, all of that to say, 2025 is very exciting for me. I am thinking of changing a few things. I posted recently about my projects. I do plan on recording 12 podcasts, making 6 designs, knitting 4 sweaters, 5 sweaters. And also, if you've not received any of my newsletters, please subscribe. I'm going to go put it on here as well. Just so that you can subscribe to my newsletters, get monthly updates. Of course, this podcast is included in the newsletter, so that's very exciting for me. And also, oh my gosh, 2025, Knit Next to You is going to now be Delilah Knits. What? Yes, I am so excited to have that knit change. I just feel like, excuse me, I just feel like Knit Next to You doesn't capture the entirety of what I see the Lord doing in Delilah Knits. So really excited. Fun videos are going to be coming out. I have amazing things in store, and I'm just really excited about it. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. There's my daughter. Say hi. Hello, chicken. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Knit Next to You podcast, soon to be Delilah Knits. I'll see you back here next month in February. I'm going to do a recap of Veronika Lindburg's gorgeous book, Knits to Wear, and hopefully I don't think I'll have the coffee run done by then. Maybe a good portion of it, but this is looking forward to February. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you. Thank you. Bye.